I hear it.
And there we go. I know we have a friend here with us. So guys,
hey,
not
welcome.
only do we have our puppy here, but welcome back. It's hashtag
TFR Motivation Monday coming at you.
Thank you so much for joining us on another amazing Monday. It's the start of the week. So let's go ahead and let's get started right off the bat because we have got lots of facts and figures that are going to help you pretty much.
It's going to change your belief system completely.
Yeah, you won't be caught asleep. You're not going to be caught asleep.
Because should we tell them the title of today's, or you want to wait?
Go ahead.
It's called The Cost of Being Asleep. Ignorance is not bliss. That's the title of our Zoom call today. So take it away with some current announcements and some cool stuff.
Yeah, and these are the same announcements that we go over every single week. And the reason why we do something. The reason why we do this every single week is because it's super important for you to have the important things in front of you on a regular basis. Okay, wham, bam. All right, so number one, LVA weekend. It's this coming Saturday, LifeVantage Academy. It's 4 hours where an elite or master distributor is coming to an area near you, and you do not want to miss out on it. How much does it cost per hour?
$6.25 an hour. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's like really cheap for this level of training.
A double Happy Meal at wherever you go with a side of fries. It's just to build. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm going to stop that right there. Stop it.
As you should.
Stop it. LifeVantageAcademy.com. You have got to get there to pre-register by Thursday night. So you only pay that $25. At the door, the price goes up. What does waiting do?
Cost you more money.
We don't want to do that. And the same thing applies to Global Convention. Global Convention is coming up in October. You do not want to miss out on this event. So many announcements, so many new rank advancements. This is global. Everybody from around the world is going to be there, and we're going to be able to celebrate with the amazing rank advancing that's been going on in the company, as well as new product. You want to be there for the product. Just
Can't
so you
tell
know
anything about it though.
But what I can tell you is that if you're not at Global Convention, you're not going to be able to get it for a while because you can only get it at Global when we first release it. So you've got to be at Global to be able to get this new product, and you want this new product. So we'll also have a comedian there for entertainment during all of the recognition that's going on. Andy Andrews is going to be there again, and you're going to be taught by the top leaders, not just in the field, but from our corporate staff as well. So you've got to be at Global Convention. And Ireland, we're all fighting hard, right, to get to the Ireland incentive trip. Just FYI, right this second, there's a little glitch in the Ireland tracker. So don't worry about it. They're getting it fixed. They're on top of it. But the ways that you can earn points. First of all, 400 points for doing enrollments, which is building your business, right? So daily activities are super important. Inviting, following up, using third-party validation, and helping people see the value in what we have to offer. And after tonight's call, you're going to see even more value in what we have to offer. So 400 points right there. Attending Global Convention, you get another 100 points. So that's 500 points. You're 50% of the way to the 1,000 points that you need for one person to be able to go to Ireland, okay? So everybody can do this because as you're enrolling people, you're going to be helping your new people also enroll people, help them rank advance, you're going to rank advance, and you get points for both of those. So we'll all be able to be
points too.
Yeah, we'll all be able to be in Ireland together. Guys, Pacesetter. Pacesetter is a huge program that they're letting us try out again. This is still trial, guys, and it's up to us whether or not we get to keep it. So help your brand new distributors rank advance in that first 60 days to Pro 2 and the first 90 days to Pro 3. They can earn an additional $700 in cash.
Cashola.
Yeah, and rank advancing in the first 90 days of enrollment is triple points for the Ireland trip. And you get half of the points that they get. So this is going to be helping your new people get to Ireland and help you get there even faster. So make sure you do that. You guys can go and see all of the promos, all of the information that you need at teamfreedomreigns.com. Just go underneath the promos section to find it all there. So guys, I don't want to wait too much longer here to get going on this. You know, we've been having a lot of, in the past 5 to 10 years, a lot of promoting purchasing items or going and supporting local businesses, right? And that has been the big deal because we want to make sure these local business, these entrepreneurs stay in business and are very, very successful. So that's what we've been promoting and really battling for over the past 5 to 10 years, right? Well, the battle that's coming to us now, This battle is actually going to be the battle for supporting businesses that actually have human involvement. And so on that point, I'm going to go ahead and turn this call over for the majority of it, because you guys all know I like to talk, and I'm just going to have to say some stuff.
H there? It sounded like you said human.
Human,
yeah, okay.
Humans.
Just making sure we're talking about the same thing.
Humans.
So we want to talk about Rip Van Winkle. What happened to Rip Van Winkle? What is he notorious for? Falling asleep. We don't want you to fall asleep. So this is called the cost of being asleep.
With ignorance, the dog toy in the background.
Is not bliss. Yes, with our 13-week-old puppy chewing on her toy in the background. But that just gives it background noise. But anyways, here's the key. Here's the deal, guys. The information we're going to share with you, it's going to probably shock you. Some of you may be in complete denial about it, but I'm telling you, it's factual from multiple references. Books that we've read, we're going to share some statistics with you. We've got all the statistics if you want them and you want references where they come from. But just from three books that we're going to talk about. One is called The Future of Work, Robots, AI, and Automation. What is coming because of technology? The next book is called Rise of the Robots, Technology and the Threat of a Jobless Future. And the most recent one we've read is called The War on Normal People. The War on Normal People, the truth about America's disappearing jobs. Okay, so guys, what we want to do is we want to talk about 3 areas. And I've got, if you see me looking away, I've got a whiteboard here with all the notes we want to talk about today. So the 3 areas we want to talk about is automation, technology, and globalization. And we'll go at them one at a time just to talk to you what is coming in the next 5 to 10 years in 6 areas. And Marcy's going to share a screen with you guys to show you some of the visual references we're going to be talking about. But first, let's talk about automation. So the cost of being asleep in this is not understanding this information and being able to help people that are going to go through this or perhaps going through it right now. Automation, jobs being lost, human being jobs being lost by advancing technology and automation. Because what happens as technology gets more and more improved and better, the costs go down.
Do you want me to go ahead and share this now?
For this technology? No, not yet. So from an employer's standpoint, from the company owner, okay, technology gets cheaper and cheaper. So your buying into it gets cheaper and cheaper. The cost of human labor, though, gets more and more expensive and costly because robots don't call in sick. Robots don't have mood swings. Robots don't get distracted by their cell phones. Robots don't have sick days. Robots don't
menstrual
cycles. They don't have PMS. Robots don't have kids who graduate from high school and college.
Or have
robots babies. Don't need benefits. Robots don't need retirement plans. And so technology, improving technology, is doing away with these things doing away with human jobs because it's more cost effective for the employer. But what we're negating is the human side. The person who gets the walking papers because they just got taken their job by a robot. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. It's real. It's happening all the time. And if you don't believe it's happening, last time you went to the airport, did you put your own tag on? Did you go up and do some kind of an interface where you typed in how many bags you want and then you just took your suitcase up to somebody, but everything else was done by the computer? It happens to us all the time. We travel a ton. Or when was the last time you went into a grocery store and saw less automated checkout lines? They're getting more and more and more. Technology is unfortunately taking over, guys, fortunately or unfortunately. And by the time we get done with today's call, you're going to realize the fortunate nature of you getting this information now before it's widespread. So think about, we're talking about the human side of it, retirement, distraction, breaks, things like that. How about technology? Technology is key in a couple different areas. iPads. So where's my iPad's over here. But anyway, have you ever walked up to a cash register where it used to be a human being and now you've got an iPad? In airports, as an example, they're all over the place. You order your coffee, you order your burrito, the toppings and everything else, and then you throw your card up in there if it measures the chip, or you swipe it if you've got the old kind of card, and then they call you when your order is done at the other end of the assembly line. It was made by somebody in the back, but all the ordering process, the interface, including tip, by the way. And I have a hard time tipping a computer. So my tip to a computer is a lot less than it would be if there was a human standing there. But the reality is there's more and more iPads taking more and more human jobs. That's just the reality of it. How about taking food orders, retail orders as well? Online orders. I mean, how many of you guys are now using technology from Amazon rather than going into stores? we do it almost on a daily basis.
All the time.
So robots, food preparation. I just read an article the other day that there was the first completely humanless teeth extraction and following tooth implants done completely by automation and robots. A human being was not even involved. Just the patient was the only human being in the equation. So now high-paid dentists who went to school for a lot of years and make a lot of money, but they're going to be put out of business with robots. You may not like that. It's just the reality of the situation. So that kind of thing. So let's see, self-driving vehicles. This is a hard one, guys. Go ahead and share that slide, because there's 6 areas of employment that we're talking about that employ most people. And so Marcy's going to show you a chart from one of the books that we just read that talk about this. So here's the chart. When we're talking about people, interesting, I just read a statistic that, get this, Uber. Maybe some of you watching this are driving Uber to make money, because it's obviously where we live in a capitalistic society. You're an entrepreneurial person.
Taking advantage of technology.
From point A to point B. You need to use they need to use your cell phone. You can use your cell phone. You're capitalizing on an opportunity. But Toyota Corporation just invested $500 million in Uber for driverless car research. Uber knows full well that their whole intent is to put all their drivers out of business with driverless cars. Uber is not in business to employ human beings. Uber is in business to get people from point A to point B and make money. And the easier they can do it with technology, the worse off for Uber drivers. So unfortunately, that's a statistic.
And you know what? I have to say one thing here too, guys. If you're an Uber driver, don't take offense to this. But you know how crash dummies are used to create better vehicles and to create better opportunities for safety in vehicles? Well, you kind of been Uber dummies. Not saying you're an Uber dummy.
Lack of intelligence.
Nothing. It's just they've been using you to see how well they could take over this area, which they've taken it from taxis, right? They've taken it from taxi companies. And now they're going to have no drivers needed cars. So this is just an awareness thing, guys. It's a huge awareness thing.
Like I said, Uber tested the waters. It worked wonderfully. They took over. They became the #1 transportation service in the world with people. And they're going to scale even greater, because there's a limited amount of cities that they can actually utilize, because some people don't want them to do it. But the more advanced it gets, the more advanced GPS location and driverless cars get, the more people are going to be in the unemployment line as a result. And that's just Uber. Forget about truck drivers. Truck drivers is the #1 most common job. I'm going to say this slowly.
It blew my mind.
Truck drivers. The #1 most common job in 29 of our 50 states. It's the most common job. And most of them are going to be out of business within the next 5 or 10 years because driverless trucks. It's happening, guys. It's technology. And we're just sharing this information with you so you can see that it's coming. So if you look at this statistic, you look at these categories, the more awareness you have, the more of these people you can help before a robot takes their job, or before a driverless truck or a driverless Uber car takes their job. Share this information with them now. And we just went down the street, literally probably 5 houses down from us. We're looking out our upper stairs window across the street. 5 houses down from us, there's a house for sale. And they use what's called Open Door. Marcy and I checked this out. We went there with our cell phone. There's a sign out front that says for sale. For information and entrance code, text I forget what it said, text to this number. We text to the number within 15 seconds.
The house code.
Yeah. Within 15 seconds, we got a phone call from a person asking us some information about ourselves, sent us an application to fill out some basic information. We sent it over to them via text. They text us the unlock code. We went up to the front door, typed in the unlock code, went in, viewed the house. There's cameras everywhere, so they're watching what's happened. Viewed the house with nobody saying, oh, forget about the hole in the wall and the paneling over there. Look at this wonderful refrigerator freezer that's stainless steel. There's no deflection. There's no sales pitch. There's no distraction. You go look at it at your own leisure. You can open up closets if you want to. You can look in medicine cabinets because you want to. You can look under the cabinet to see if the kitchen sink was leaking when you wouldn't want to do that necessarily with a real estate agent walking around. The bottom line, the reason why we're telling you this, there wasn't a real estate agent in the picture at all.
No.
And when we left the house, we typed in the code again, locked the door. They knew we were gone. They sent us a text thanking us for viewing the house. And it was the whole complete system was done in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's technology, guys.
So that means that the real estate agent wasn't needed.
Not even there.
To come and show you this house and to be able to walk you through it and to help you with that. So we were, our granddaughter's mom is a real estate agent, and we were listening in on a call that she was doing because we happened to be there. And she was talking to a client and gave them the option of using Open Door for a much reduced price.
Yes.
And so this is, I mean, it's huge what's happening in people losing their ability to make money the way that they're used to doing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And this on technology, this last thing I want to share with you guys, last bullet point, blew my ever-loving mind. It's called accent removing software. So companies are paying people in India and Philippines and Pakistan and other places in the world that don't mind working for $4 an hour, which is less than half of what minimum wage is in the US, because the money goes so much further there. And they may have an accent, but there's now software that removes the accent, so you don't know that you're talking to somebody in the Philippines or in India that has a thick accent that maybe us Americans aren't used to hearing. This is the advancements of technology, but for every person working in another country answering a phone, it means a person here lost their job. And due to globalization, which is the next topic I want to talk, I'm going to mention one website, Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. It opens up if you go to our Team Freedom Reigns website right now, that logo, I paid $15 for that logo, and a guy in Pakistan made it because Logo Loft was $150. So for 1/10 the cost, I got exactly the logo. And in fact, the hands there are Marcy and I's hands. We put our hands together like this, took a picture of it, sent it to the guy. He made our logo out of our hands, which Logo Loft wasn't willing to do, for 10% of the cost, and we got it exactly how we wanted it. That's globalization, guys. Now, why do we tell you those things? Why do we set the stage for that?
Before you go into that, I want to just point something out to you. You know, obviously we're talking about normal people here. Normal people is anyone that's making an income of $20 an hour or less.
The average American.
Which means the majority of us all would fall within being normal people. So when you look at this list here, this encompasses probably just about everybody within miles of your house, maybe a 1 or 2% that are above that, and that are in all of the communities, all of the counties, all of the cities, all of the states in our country, right? So this is affecting and going to affect every single human being alive. That's why it's so important for you to be aware of these statistics and what's going on here. All of this is moving towards automation, which means it's moving away from human interaction. That's massive.
It's massive.
And it's a matter of you being awake to this information and making sure that you're helping other people understand
before they lose their job. So we want to end the call, and we didn't mean to give you just that information just to educate you and make you aware of how the world is changing. And it's not just here in America. So when we talk about the normal person in America making less, or the average person making less than $20 an hour, which is the vast majority of the American population, and we live high on the hog considering most places in the world. We call it a first world problem. But this is a global, because of globalization, because of automation, because of technology advancements, especially AI, why LifeVantage? Now let's shift to a complete positive, that how you can use this information to your advantage. Because all the people you see that are encompassed in this chart here, if they knew what you knew, it could lessen the blow to them, because robots are taking human jobs. It's been happening for a long time. It's not science fiction. It's not Rod Sterling's voice talking about some, crazy show and some science. It's not. It's reality, guys, and it's happening more and more and more every day.
This is how real it is.
Not Twilight Zone.
This right here is how real it is, guys.
Yeah, look at this.
These are all of these different box stores that have either gone bankrupt or they're in default now.
And we'll be declaring bankruptcy soon.
This is huge. These are all people that we're looking at. We may think, oh, Payless Shoes is a big store. No, this is a big store that employed thousands and thousands and thousands of human beings, right? And so when you go through all of these, I mean, Toys R Us, I miss Toys R Us. I miss Babies R Us, right? Because you just can't go out and buy a good toy anywhere now that you don't have to wait 2 days for Amazon Prime to deliver it. But these are not just stores that we're talking about here. We're talking about humans. This is how big this situation is. And all of these people need a plan B. And guess what?
They're great people. They're people.
And we can help them.
Yes.
That's the cool thing.
The experts are calling this the retail apocalypse. So anybody that you know in any form of retail, share with them this information before the bomb gets dropped on them, because this is a relationship business. If you work in retail, you're a people person, you're a perfect candidate. And why LifeVantage? This is from February of this year. Time magazine cover, why your DNA isn't your destiny. It talks about epigenetics. Epigenetics is the study of the environmental, internal, and external effect on genetics. Hello. We are at the forefront of what? Nutrigenomics, which is how nutrition affects genes internally and externally, the environment. This is exactly what we're talking about. So in a time and age where we have this as the cover story in Time magazine, and it's not just that. You've seen this one before. National Geographic, the DNA Revolution. We've showed you this one before. Or Discover Magazine, The Science of Aging. We've shown you this one before. Or The Economist, Cheating Death. They all say the same thing. They're all talking about this stuff called nutrigenomics and epigenetics, or just genomics in general, which we have the nutrigenome. We are at the forefront of nutrigenomics. And there's all these people that are going to be looking for a plan B, or they don't even know what's happening. So maybe you start up a conversation with a real estate person. Hey, I just saw down the street.
The key point there is that they may not even know what's happening with what's coming up with their jobs, but they're all looking for ways to feel better, perform better, and look better.
Right.
So, I mean, that's that right there. That's where they're at in the reality right now.
Right.
And
so ask a real estate agent, hey, I just saw open door right down the street from my house. I went in and toured a house. It wasn't even anybody necessary to be there. How do you feel about that? Are you concerned about that? Would you like to look at something else, maybe a side gig, so in case that totally goes away for you, or if your company switches to that, you'll have something else? Just start conversations because you care, because this is a relationship business. Look at this. The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Business of the 21st Century, talking about what? Network marketing. It's not a pyramid scheme, guys. No matter if your broke uncle or your judgmental aunt says it is, the top people in the world, business thought leaders in the world, say that it's a viable bit. It's not just a viable business. It's the business of the 21st century. Hello. This is what we've got in our hands. This one actually drives me crazy.
I love this book.
Actually. I love this book.
I use it all the time.
But I want to share. Look at how thick this book is, first of all. It's called The Biohacker's Guide. Look down here. To upgraded focus and energy. Do you think we have anything that could benefit people in that regard in our product line? We are biohackers. This is the time. This is the age. And this is something I want to share with you guys too. We can utilize advancing technology. We can utilize automation. We can utilize globalization. You don't just have an opportunity in your town. You don't just have an opportunity in your state. Because of this, because of us being now because as of the 1st of this month, we're now also in Austria. We are in 15 countries. And we've got multiple other countries that we're starting as a consumer base first to get some consumers on the products to develop their beliefs so they can switch over to becoming distributors. It's the best way to handle it. Globalize your own business. Take advantage of AI. That's an awesome screensaver, isn't it? Take advantage of being able to use an app to run your global business right from here. If it works for Amazon, it works for us, and we have free shipping too.
Yes.
That's the key, guys, is you can, and this is something Marcy just said. Why don't you tell them?
Okay, so So this is what just hit me really hard is it's like, this is now the day and age of the nerd, right? Or the super, super smart people, because it's the super, super smart people that are helping these big conglomerates move everything from being human interaction into technology, because technology, like Dondi already mentioned, is saving them money, saving them time, and saving them headaches basically by automating everything and taking humans out of the picture. They're not necessarily doing this to be bad people. No. It's just the next step in the progression of our society, basically. And so what's really neat about what we have to offer people is that you don't have to be a nerd. You can be. We love our nerds that are on our team, right? I won't call you out your name there, Chelsea Gallon. Chelsea Fournier, because you are amazing. She's an admitted nerd. So my thing is that we have an opportunity that is an even playing field, okay? Even playing field. You don't have to be super intelligent. You don't have to really even have any sort of degrees at all. You just have to have a willingness to work really hard, make a decision to want something more in your life, and care about people. Care about all these millions and millions and millions of people that are going to be faced with difficult times because times are changing. And be willing to work as part of a team that, follows a system and resources that are put in place. So, I love that. I love that here with LifeVantage, you don't have to have any credentials other than making decisions and sticking with them and doing it for as long as it takes to get the job done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that.
I want to share one simple concept. And you guys, all the top companies that you look back that are legacy companies in the private sector, big names that you've heard of look around your house appliances and things like that. One of the things about these big companies and what made them great was how many people they employed. So the big companies, the companies that put cities on maps, like Goodyear, Arizona, where we live, is named after Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. So in other situations like that, the bigger the company, the more people they employed. That's changing rapidly, guys. The biggest companies are employing less and less people every day. And that's just because they're taking advantage of automation and technology. So you can too. And last thing I want to share with you guys is there's 6 cities in the United States right now that are literally responsible for this entire thing. They're paying 6-figure signing bonuses to super, super smart, nerdy people, not offense taken and not intended,
very highly
coming out of school, getting 6-figure signing bonuses to go write software code that's going to put thousands of people out of business because it's going to make that company profitable. And those 6 cities are New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and where was the last one?
I can't remember.
I'll think of it here in a second.
But there is 6.
So there is 6. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Chicago, and why can't I think of the other one? I'll think of the other one. Anyway, it's not Seattle. These areas are employing the most people that are technology, the coders, the people that are writing script, the people that are developing robots to put humans out of work. But that's affecting, and those people that live in those 6 cities have a completely different worldview. But everyone else in all the other cities around the world can benefit from the information you have to share with them if you share it with them. And I'm going to close with this. Home business tax savings made easy. Do you guys realize the benefits of having a home-based business and the tax shelters that you get as a result? Going from all the things you can write off, your products become an expense of doing business and therefore 100% write-off. And there's so many tax advantages to having a home-based business. If you just pitch that, would you like to save thousands of dollars on your taxes? Then you might want to look at a home-based business. Would you mind if I sent you a quick video? Whatever the strategy may be, those 6 areas that we talked about, in the areas of employment, share with these people this information now. Give them the opportunity to say no, because don't worry about what they think of you by sharing it with them. Worry about what they're going to think about you when they lose their job and they find out you knew something that could have benefited them and you didn't tell them. That's going to be much harder to live with, guys. So the writing on the wall, the sign of the times has never been better for nutrigenomics. It's never been better for entrepreneurialism. It's never been better for network marketing. It's never been better for you with the technology that we have. And it's never been better to work with this company. It's publicly traded, scientifically backed products, because here's the thing that sets us apart from every other company in the entire industry. We do what no other company can do, and that is prove your products work. Prove. Not just tell me somebody's got a great testimonial, because I don't want to minimize testimonials. They're powerful, they're fantastic if it's yours. If it's not, you're already leveraging someone else's experience on the back of your business, and that's shady at best.
And risking compliance.
And risking a reputation and a relationship. But when it's public information in the form of scientific journals where other kind of nerdy people did research that benefits us, no other company in the history of this industry has ever had anything even near us. We are by far head and shoulders above the entire rest of the industry. And so our products are scientifically backed, so you do not have to lead with your testimonial or your knowledge about the products and convince people why they should. So I think that is our time. We are out of time.
All right,
but
guys.
If you have any comments, put them down below. You want any of the information, statistics, put them down below. We'll get it to you. But we hope this increased your belief and prepared you for the future and gave you some ways to talk to people to expand your business globally. Yeah,
so don't be caught asleep. You're now aware. And so it's another one of those things. Our products help you sleep better, but this information is going to keep you awake. So thanks for joining us. We love you guys, and let us know how we can help you rock this week.
Peace.